It's the 9th today. I was out here on Friday. Yesterday I didn't come here at all, and this afternoon I came here about 4 o'clock. And I've dug a bit here on this mound. I've gone about, let's say, three and a half, 4 yards on each side so far. Of course I did the left side most of that last time I was here, and I did the right side completely just today, just now. I've been up on top, jumping up and down a few times already, but I've emptied out the bottom of the swale on the right hand side, so I'm going to have to get up there again and jump up and down. And I'm trying to seal it off, let's say both sides at a time, rather than do just one side and come back 2 weeks later and do the other side, because there's a lot of moisture in there from the rain. And rather than just let all the moisture escape this next week when I'm not here working, I figured at least now I've got this part captured. It's going to slowly evaporate through the end, a lot slower than if there was just one side completely exposed like it is on the other mound right now. Before I leave tonight, I just want to show you this. It's about 10 feet. Slow going because of the roots still. I left a big step on this side to catch all the stuff that falls off the top. So I expect it's going to go out at least 2 or 3 lengths to the right. Anyway, that's a good start. It's only a third of the way up to the top of the mound. Good morning, it's April 12th. It's a beautiful morning at the snake mound. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to work on this right now or not, because I need to finish the mound I started earlier, so I think I'm going to go to the bigger mound up closer to the river. But yeah, it's just a beautiful morning. Really warm. It's maybe one of the first warm mornings in the last week or so, because it's been raining and cold. It's just t-shirt weather right now, and the sun is very warm. Beautiful. Here's the area I cleaned out last time, and it's very clean compared to how it was. I mean, it's amazingly different. I still have to figure out what to do with those big logs, if I can drag them over to the makeshift fence or not, but today's probably not the day for that. Now, if I were a good farmer, I would go in here and I'd pluck all these weeds, because nothing that's big here is mine. And I say that, and then all of a sudden I think I see mustard. I was going to say nothing here is mine, but oh yeah, there is mustard growing now. So I'm not going to pluck any of this stuff, because some of it's mustard. So let it be the way it is. I'm not going to shovel anything up here again this year. I'm too late. I could have done that, but I started on other mounds, and I'm going to probably just pull these sticks out, maybe clean out the bottom of this a little bit, but I'm going to let this stay. I will hand pull weeds later when they get a little bit bigger and everything is clear what it is, because at small stages it's hard to say. Well, I've moved up a few feet, obviously, but I spent the last 10 or 15 minutes filling in gaps here on the top and on this side with the potato rake. I've really packed in this end. It was really not very well packed here, and I've taken about 10 scoopfuls of stuff from over here with this potato rake I've got here. Lots of material was moved in and packed in, and it will make the mound a better, more uniform shape, I'm sure. So, alright, I've got about 6 feet to go here, from here to the top edge. Then I've got to cap off the end on the top, and I'll go back and start covering this, or I might do the end on the top later. I'm going to decide as I go. Well, I managed to make it to the end. It's really tough digging still because of all the roots. You can see all the roots here sticking out. You throw a clump up and it just turns into sand because of the roots. cuttings up there. There's still roots. I should probably go through there and pick the roots out because I don't want that stuff growing on the mound either. Okay, this is the snake mound here. I've done a good, let's say 5 meters long of this on one side, but only about 3.5 on the other. So from this point where the sticks are sticking out, right there, I'm going to make stripes of mustard. What else did I get? Mustard, buckwheat, and I guess it was linseed, as we call it. Anyway, so I'm going to make stripes. It's going to be like a snake for fun. It's going to be kind of an artistic thing. I'm just going to do that for a cover crop for this year. But underneath this top dirt that you see, I did put a bunch of pumpkin seeds that I had frozen. They froze in the big globs of what I had pulled out of a few pumpkins, and I froze them immediately, kind of to, let's say, imitate winter. I'm sure you won't be able to see very much, but if I go very slowly, you might see different stripes of seeds on the mound. It alternates from buckwheat to mustard to flaxseed and back to mustard again. Well, actually, I think I was trying to say buckwheat, mustard, flaxseed, buckwheat, mustard, flaxseed all the way, like this. However, on the very top, the whole length of this, I have broadcast amaranth, and hopefully the mustard will grow up and kind of hide the amaranth, because the slugs love the amaranth. Anyway, I'm trying to go back with my fisheye camera here to give you a better view of the mound than my other camera gives, because the other camera has only a zoom function. It doesn't really give you the full effect of the length of this place. So here I am behind the mound, as far as I can go backward, with the tree that fell down last year on the left. And I'll walk forward here. I'll try to keep this as steady as possible so it doesn't shake. Anyway, so you can see how much I have left to do. And then how much I have done. And the seeds are from about right here in the bottom right hand corner of the screen right now. So I'll give you a view from the head of the mound going back. So I've still got this corner here, and then back to about right below where that tree meets the ground is where the end of the mound is. So it goes this way and then back around, and as you can see, the line here. It's looking really cool. I didn't expect it to be this awesome, but I really like it. It's going to catch a lot of sunlight in this curve here, and I think it's a good spot, because otherwise this was just another big mess of weeds. And since this tree on the right hand side blocked the side, I think it's a great place, because it's hard to get to, it's hidden, and it's close to my other mound, and I'm liking it a lot. This is a great extension of my garden. I've tried to put some brick here. I put a lot of brick here, but I'll probably add more, just to add a place to stand and step over the top. Let it soak in after a few rains. Add more brick as I need it. But I expect warm weather here within the next week or so, but this weekend's supposed to be cold. So it might rain here. If it rains, that's great. I've got this part of the mound done, and my alarm's ringing now saying I have to go home. So it's time for me to go. Anyway, so that's as much work as I could do this morning. Did a lot of seeding. I didn't mention I did plant about, I guess on both sides, about 50 red onion bulbs on the bottom flanks of this snake, and I did so as well on the bigger mound that I've finished, the one side, and as well on the front of this mound, just so that I have something growing besides potatoes. I've broadcast amaranth on all three mounds on the top parts, and I think that in about 2 weeks' time I'll plant another 200 or so pumpkin seeds. And people always wonder why I plant so many seeds. It's because the animals eat them. The mice dig them up. The slugs, when they come out, they will destroy everything I've planted. And this year I'm going to look for some sort of slug pellets that actually kill slugs, because I'm tired of dealing with slugs. I'm going to cast slug pellets around the mounds and kill them. It probably dehydrates them and kills them that way. But I'll try to remove as many snails as I can, and target only slugs. But this morning I saw one snail, and it wasn't even close to my mound, so I have not seen anything moving. It's still too cold at night.